Hi, Cynthia from Vanishing Seattle.
Hey Maggie with Hinton Publishing.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm good. I'm good. I wanted to show you this map that we made for our forthcoming book. It's called The Sylvan Hotel. Wait, I should have thought this before. The Sylvan Hotel by Franny James, which is coming out this October 22nd. And it is a love letter to Seattle in the 90s. And we've been working on making this map that lists every single place that is in the Sylvan Hotel. So let me show it to you.
Amazing.
Boom. Yeah. So this is the basic map. You can see that it is covers a lot of space. We can go all the way out. I think that the furthest out we go is we've got something from Polach. Oh wait, I lied. There's even more. Okay,
Wow.
Aberdeen. Aberdeen, I think, is the deepest we go. But the vast majority of stuff in this map is right in the heart of Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
So we include things that obviously still exist. Seattle University, obviously. But one of the fun things about this book and about this project has been there are so many things in here that I had not heard of before, and I'm so sad they don't exist anymore. So, like, the Vogue is something that I am so sad we don't have the Vogue anymore. It was like a goth dance club,
Right.
and just seemed amazing. Yeah, are there any things on this map that were good memories for you?
Yeah, well, I think the map looks fantastic, first of
Thank
all, and it's
you.
really
Thank
cool to, yeah, just kind of get a jog down memory lane, seeing some of these names, especially the places that are no longer around.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, a couple that came to mind in terms of like personal memories that I saw on this map is well, one in Capitol Hill, the B&O Espresso.
All right. Let me let me see.
Yeah, and I think the B&O is
Yeah.
pretty legendary, very well loved. I think it was like one of the first coffee houses
Very
on
good.
Capitol Hill, and they were just known for their, yeah, amazing food and desserts, and it had a very kind of like bohemian, romantic, like European salon vibe.
I love that.
Yeah, and I think it was maybe open 24 hours or at least open very late. So when I was, not yet 21, that was one of a handful of places that, yeah, all ages could go and hang out. So I spent a lot of time there with friends in high school.
Yes. What was your order?
Usually I would get a chocolate pot. It was like this white porcelain pot with like this amazing like chocolate mousse. The lentil soup was also a big favorite. Their German chocolate cake was really well known. But yeah, it just had an amazing energy. And I think back in the day they had a smoking section as well as a non as well.
Yeah.
So that was definitely like the meetup spot and had that kind of, yeah, old Capitol Hill, eclectic, funky vibe. And was just like a welcoming spot that like so many different people could gather.
I love that. That sounds beautiful. Yeah, I'm from Ithaca, New York, and I would go to the state diner and I would get cinnamon toast, and they would even make
Ooh,
it vegan for me. So I yeah, late
lovely.
night, like 24-hour spots are so important for teen life.
Yeah, totally. And I feel they're kind of an endangered species. They're definitely not around as much as they used to be. Like back in the day, there were several Beth's, Minnie's, Doghouse.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it kind of speaks to a changing Seattle, which is a, you know, a whole big theme.
Absolutely, absolutely. Were there any other spots that took you to memory lane?
Yeah, several. And one, yeah, that I'll call out is Mama's Mexican Kitchen in Belltown.
Yes.
Another super iconic spot, also been around since I want to say early to mid 70s. I think one of the oldest Mexican restaurants in Seattle, and just closed within the last 5 or 10 years, I want to say. But yeah, really well known for its Elvis statue, its Elvis room, just
What?
being like multiple rooms, and they were all colorful and packed with kitsch and memorabilia and art. And I think because of where it was situated and because of its menu and drink offerings, so they had like huge burritos, Elvis burrito, Lasco burrito, and plates that were enormous, like the size of a large baby, and very affordable, stiff, and also as large as your head margaritas. Yeah, I think it just attracted a cross section of folks that lived and worked in Belltown, also a lot of artists and musicians and kind of, yeah, fringe, like outsider folks. And it was a really popular spot to meet up either pre or post show, like at the Crocodile. So, like, me and my friends would usually
Yeah.
meet up there for a pre funk if we were going to a show or even playing a show at the Old Croc. And yeah, it was just kind of like, again, like a hub for the local creative, weird, artistic community because the place itself was weird and funky and just something that, yeah, I think kind of organically emerges as a really unique, strange, wonderful place. And it kind of anchored that block on Second. It was on Second and Bell, I believe. And so when that got bought by a developer, there was a big like grassroots community campaign to save it through landmarking, and they were successful. But unfortunately, the developer kind of just let the property go to pot, which is kind of known as like demo by neglect.
Yeah.
And then yeah, it got torn down despite being a legal landmark. I think just within this last like 6 months to a year. So that
Wow.
was, I think, hard for a lot of people to see that happen. But a lot of good memories, regardless.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, no, and thank you for bringing that piece of it in. It's good to remember that, you know, cities change organically, sure, but like I think a big part of why Seattle has changed so much is because of capitalism
Yep,
and yeah,
nailed
and
it.
greed. Yeah. So, yeah, thank you. Thank you for bringing up that reality. Are there any other spots you wanted to talk about?
I mean, gosh, there's so many on here. I feel like I have like, yeah, some random, Neighbors. Spent a lot of time at Neighbors nightclub
Yes. Yeah.
in Capitol Hill. Yeah, the Old Crocodile. I think I mentioned. Yeah,
No, it was
13
just it's so
Coins. Good spots.
absolutely. Yeah, no, it's just like a delight to learn about. Like, I think Seattle's still a little weird, and like, I definitely think that there are people and communities that are keeping it weird. But, just learning about things like, yeah, pizza and pipes. I find
Ooh,
that fascinating.
isn't it?
Yes, yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong. I am basing this off of reading about it in our book, but there was like an organ, and you would get pizza and listen to organ music.
Yeah, that's my I mean, it's a little before my time, but that's my recollection. And I think there was a time when there might have been like a larger trend of like several places that had pizzas and organs, but for people who had been to this place, if you bring up pizza and pipes, it's like it gets them like right in the in the gut. And it's also just like, who would have thought? Like, what a interesting combination, and that it was like a
Incredible.
total thing around that time. I think
Yeah,
it should
no.
be brought back,
Yes,
honestly.
pizza and pipes, please. I don't think we have the capacity, but I have dreams of doing it's like, oh, could we do a Vogue night somewhere? Could we do, like I just think it would be so
Yeah.
fun to be able to at least for like a pop-up event bring some of these things back. I'm also obsessed with sit and spin.
Yep.
Um which again, it's a pizza and laundromat, like a pizza shop and laundromat.
And
Correct me.
yes, and a very, very influential live music venue. So
So
they had
cool.
like some hip hop shows there that were really like integral in the community. A lot of local rock shows, local bands, but I think also like the White Stripes played there.
No
So
way.
just one of these only in Seattle places where it's like, why not have all of those things together? And then just like
Yes.
really, really important, influential in the music scene in like the 90s and 2000s. I also incidentally had one of the worst dates of my entire life in there. There's also
Oh
an
no.
arcade. It involved the arcade games. Yeah, just one of and the building is still there. Luckily, I think it's an event space now. So yeah, I love this idea about reviving, yeah, some of these places. The Vogue did have like a second iteration, I think on 11th Avenue in Capitol Hill for a few years, but that eventually closed.
Yeah.
And then there's another legendary club called the Catwalk that was in Pioneer Square, and I think there was some sort of reunion event
That is
that
so
happened in the last
cool.
couple months. So it's like, yeah, people remember these places, and I think there's still an enthusiasm and energy around trying to keep that spirit going, you know.
Yes.
So I'm glad that these places are hopefully still having a lasting legacy and impact, and people are carrying that weirdness mantle
Yeah.
forward.
Yeah. No, I love that. All right, just to do a quick tour of all the things you can do in the map. So obviously you can zoom in and zoom out, and if you click on any one of the spaces, we'll have the quote from the book
So
because
cool. I love that part.
the book is great, and I think you will love it. And whether you are nostalgic for this time in Seattle or you want to learn more about the time in Seattle, it's there. And then at the bottom of each description, and even here on like the legend that we have, there's a link to a link tree. And let me switch what screen I'm sharing. All right, and then the link tree has obviously we would love it if you bought our book, but we also we would love it if you could submit some of your photos. If you have pictures from any of these places, we would love to have them, and we will share them anywhere we possibly can on the map, on our social media, wherever. And then we also have the Sylvan Hotel lists like all the music that our main character Joanne is listening to. And so
Cool.
whether you're on Spotify, Apple Music, or YouTube Music, we have created a playlist for you. And I forgot one last thing, so I will go back to the map. And then the last thing you can do is if you have a memory of any of the places in Seattle, you can hit C or hit this little icon, and you can make a comment and you can put it anywhere you want. So if you have a memory at Comet Tower or Neighbors or B&O Espresso, you can click and you can type in your comment, and that's available to anyone anywhere. So like we're really hoping that this isn't only a place where we share the memories that Franny James has of her main character in the Sylvan Hotel, but we're hoping to kind of map and collect memories from all the folks who remember this like grand time in Seattle's history.
Yeah, well, I love that you can, read the quotes from the book that are connected to each of these places and the playlist. Yeah, definitely looking forward to diving into that.
Yay! All right. Thank you so much for letting me show you the map. And we'll be doing more stuff together around this book. So watch this space.
Right on. Thank you for taking me on the tour.
Thank
Trip down memory
you.
lane. I appreciate it.
Yay!